The largest mourning gecko enclosure of all time. It's just like the spookiest looking enclosure.
Bioactive! Back to sleep.
Guys, it's another reptile room tour, but we're here with...
I'm that bearded bug guy, and you're watching Mike Tytula.
And we got coffee.
Always.
Let's go. Logan has been gracious enough to accept myself and Bree into his home for a few days this weekend, and I wanted to show him some love and show you guys exactly what he's got going on. Like this massive, what, 8x4x6?
Yep.
Giant Blue Beauty setup that let's get into right now, actually, because it's really cool.
This is Big Blue. He might be a little on edge right now, but we're gonna see. He's a somewhere between 8 and 9 foot Vietnamese, male Vietnamese Blue Beauty snake. This enclosure, yeah, 8x4x6, got a pond in here, cave, plants, pretty much everything they need to feel like they're in the jungle. But he does great. I mean, he definitely makes use of all the space. He's constantly moving. Maybe you can put in some of that footage of him being nice and hanging out with us, because right now he kind of looks like he's on edge and doesn't want to get touched, and I don't want to test that. We're gonna enjoy him from a distance with very little movement. See, the trick is to hold him without spilling the coffee.
Do you want me to grab the coffee?
No, I got my priorities right. I think I can do both. Let's see. Didn't even spill a sip. Now, if you didn't know this about Blue Beauties, they really like people's faces, which, if they're in a bad mood, can kind of be intimidating.
And how big do they get?
There's some people who have them 10, 12 plus feet. Still don't really know, just because they only started getting imported in the late 90s. There's some people who have big males that came in on those first imports that are still alive, still growing. These guys are pretty arboreal in the wild. They spend a lot of their time in the treetops. They love raiding nests. So like they eat birds and rodents and stuff. Very avid climbers though. Really good at climbing. So that's kind of why I wanted to make sure to put a bunch of branches and spots for him to climb. I think he likes these supports more than any of the branches I put in there. But hey, as long as he's happy. You guys can't see me now.
And you've had him for how long?
Oh man, probably 7 years now. Six years, I think. Got him as a little baby worm, little blue worm, and it just kept on growing.
It must be super rewarding to see him like using the space and
yeah,
really enjoying what you built for him.
Yeah, like the goal with I think a lot of keepers and a lot of the enclosures that I make is like I want to see them interact with their environment how they would in the wild. It's fun to try to replicate it as best you can. It's obviously not the Vietnamese jungle. At least it gives them a lot of, you know, surfaces and areas to use that I think are similar to what you would find in the wild. Like a big pond and vertical tree trunk hides and things like that. He definitely uses all the space, but it's so rewarding being able to see how he uses the space. And he's a lot calmer now too. He used to be a little on edge. I used to always say he's not a total dick, he's a selective jerk.
And I think something that you've done very well with this, and something that a lot of larger tanks really struggle with, is the use of space. They might provide a 8x4 floor print, but they put, you know, 2 trunks in it, like sitting in an X, and like, it's just not something that is all that useful.
Yeah.
Whereas like you have gone and gotten the like, what, 4-foot pieces of cork, the, you know, 6-foot piece of cork there. You've really tricked it out for him, and obviously he's definitely loving it.
Yeah, so I built the pond and I built the stand frame and everything for it, and just didn't like how much space it wasted underneath. And so I opened it up and sealed off the inside and made it a cave, just because I don't want to waste space.
This isn't the only thing you have, so
oh yeah,
why don't we take the rest of this time to just kind of walk through the rest. A truly typical Mike Tytula reptile room, you know, sharing what it is, how long you've had it, a little bit of its general care, of course, just seeing some of the crazy stuff that you have here.
Yeah, I got a lot of random things in my basement, so we got a lot to look at. This is Stella. This is Big Blue's girlfriend. So she is the female. She's about 3 years old. Another year or so she'll be old enough and big enough to move into that tent. You hungry, lady? You want that? You want a snack? Alright. She's about I'd say about 5 feet or so. The females don't get as big as the males. They'll still get 6, 7, 8 feet, but not quite, you know, the 12 plus that you see in some of the males.
And she's in, what, like a 4x2x2-ish?
Yep, just 4x2x2. I would like to get her in something bigger, more climbing areas and stuff, but if I'm putting her in here in a year from now, I don't think I'm gonna build her a whole new setup just for, you know, a few months pretty much. These are the torts.
The tort.
And I would like to go on record now and say I did not name these. My girlfriend named these ones. I'd like to present Mr. Pants. Mr. Pants is a cherry head redfoot. So they don't get quite as big as the normal redfoots. Yeah, we're gonna set him there. And don't run anywhere. And this dirty little gremlin is Booger Bean. I feel like I can't say their names without holding a straight flame. This is Booger Bean. He's a straight gangster, and he's 2 years old, I think, 2.5. And then this little guy is only like 2. And they got a couple isopod pets.
Whoa.
Bioactive! So this is Jabba, my African Pixie Frog. I've had him for about 6 years or so. He spends 90% of his time underground, like most Pixie Frogs do. But when he's out, it's pretty cute. And then underneath him is Edgar Allan Toad, our Colorado River toad.
Nice.
Which is the kinds that you don't want to lick. In case you were thinking about it, Mike. We're gonna keep an eye on you. Yeah.
Don't want to lick?
Not on camera. No. So he's set up in just a 40-gallon breeder. I built it open top. I kind of like the idea. It kind of makes me feel like a touch tank, like at an aquarium or something. But also, he spends 90% of his time underground. And then whenever he is above ground, he's not that great at jumping or walking. Pretty much anything that involves mobility. Other than eating, he's pretty passionate about eating. We can unbury him though. He's just right under the surface. He's not a biter. He is a honker. So he just headbutts and honks at you. Where are you at, Jabba?
Oh.
Hi, buddy.
Who would have thought a toad or a frog has so much personality? Yeah, my personality is leave me the F alone.
Or I will headbutt you.
Yeah.
Back to sleep.
Oh gosh.
Alright, we're just gonna let
Yeah,
him bury
he'll
himself.
take himself.
He's in a mood.
Alright, and yeah, you said down here we have the Colorado River toad.
Yep. So this is Edgar Allan Toad, the Colorado River toad. I'm not gonna touch him just because I don't have gloves on. So these are the toads that secrete DMT, which is why you hear, you know, the licking toads or whatever. But they also secrete a lot of other things other than DMT. And so, yeah, you can lick it, but you're probably gonna get super sick. And then, yeah, you wanna have gloves on when you touch them because if you have a cut, it can get in there.
He's also in a 40-gallon?
Yep. The 40-gallon open top. He's in the same club as Jabba of the sucks at moving.
And the substrate you said is like a mix of like excavator, sand, cocoa. It's kind of like an arid-like mix?
Yeah, it's clay heavy, so it's got a mix of stone desert, excavator clay, sand, and cocoa fiber.
Nice.
Pretty much the rest of all the different bags that I had. So don't take notes on this substrate mix.
That's Edgar Allan Toad. Why don't we move to...
You want to see more frogs?
Yeah, I like frogs.
I got frogs.
And over here we got a whole frog rack.
So on top is our thumbnails. So this enclosure, there's nothing in here yet. I built this like a month ago. I'm just letting it sit for a while to get good microbacteria, let all the plants and moss and everything established before putting the frogs in there. It also gives me more time to like prune the plants and, you know, just kind of tweak things as it grows in.
This is a Exoterra Frogs & Co. 18 by 18 by 24. The background was custom built out of the Pink Panther foam as well as carved with a Dremel tool and then a hot knife. After the background was carved, the Drylock was painted with Drylock and then some acrylic paint. The tank is actually mostly substrateless, however there is a small layer of substratum and then there's just some leaves on top of that. I really like the planting in this tank. It is mostly microferns. There's a couple terrestrial orchids and just other small leafed plants, which is very nice. It gives a very nice aesthetic and it's very challenging to make a tank that is kind of built to scale, and with all these different kinds of ferns and smaller leaved plants, that will help maintain the kind of aesthetic and the balance between the sides of the tank and the plants inside. Overall, Logan, really well done. I do definitely enjoy this tank, and I can't wait to see it with the frogs in it. And next to them?
Next to them is the Rhinotomea evangelini. So there's a trio in here, and this tank has been grown in for a while.
You got some nice plants in here too.
Yeah, they're
pretty solid.
They've grown in well. Obviously, you've had to prune back the Ficus pumila like every month.
Every day.
Every day. It's one of those plants that, like, if you leave it alone, it will overtake your terrarium. But if you manage it, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yep, I agree.
And then we just got a baby from these after, I think, 2 years of waiting. Finally got our first little baby. That's what's in this enclosure here.
Here it is.
Yep, just got out of the water.
So exciting.
Baby's first breath. And then this one, what's going in here is these guys, the Ophega Pumilio, Isla de Colon. Currently, they're living in here. And this was just their quarantine enclosure. But like after a few months we put them in there, they just started breeding like crazy. So we have one froglet, couple tadpoles, and we think there's 1 or 2 froglets that are running around in there that we weren't able to get out in time.
We're moving across the room. We got more
squirrely snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Buttercup and Wesley. Buttercup is hypomelanistic, and then Wesley here is het hypo.
Nice.
Yeah, they're both a little squirrely, and I'm surprised they haven't musked on me yet. I'd also like to point out, what people may be thinking is a dripping faucet in my basement is actually a water feature that I spent a long time creating. It gives me a great sense of ambiance. It's like a Japanese garden kind of vibe in here. Also, sorry, wrong enclosure.
Oh, we're losing everything.
There we go. It never gets old.
No.
They do it when they're either excited eating or defensive.
Yeah. Is there a Chinese beauties?
Or Thriophis tenareus.
Yeah, okay.
It's the Tenarius tenareus, though.
Okay. Oreocryptophis. Me and my bamboo rat snakes. That's an Oreocryptophis.
Yes.
This is the Yunnan. Nice little setup for it. I like it.
Thanks.
It's like subtle, but actually really nice.
There's always this game of like, you want to set it up beautiful, but you also got to set it up so the animal can use it how they need to.
Functional.
Functional. That's the word I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Show us
More stuff.
Yeah, it's more stuff. Oh, there's an ancient Clemeri here, but he's hiding up in there, so we're gonna leave that alone.
You want to see Stevie?
Steve.
All right. So this is the swamp puppy Stevie. Hi, baby. I don't know if we want to get too much into her story, but she's a stunted alligator. I've had her for about 8 years now. She's a little over 10 years old, so she's supposed to be full grown. She's getting a lot better. Everything about her's healthy. She's great. She's sassy, but she's not a biter. She's a rescue. I've never planned on having an alligator, but 8 years ago when I saw her and she was kind of dumped on me, I couldn't not help her out. It takes her a little bit to calm down, but after she's out for a little bit, she just chills. Hey Bree, got the puppy for you.
I'm not holding the gator. She's pissing everywhere.
So this is Roger, Strophurus tanicata, the Australian golden-tailed gecko. Normally, this genus has like those spikes along the tail. He does not. He makes up for it with beautiful eyes and great personality.
We have the mimics of my favorite lizards.
Yep, the budget tree monitors.
Keel-Bellied Lizards.
They saw Roger moving, and so now they're all excited.
Food.
Hi.
Gastrophilus prasina. You just have the one?
No, there's a pair in here. They're moving into a big 36 palletarium upstairs. They're gonna be the only animal kept in the upstairs living room. So they're gonna get a big, beautiful display. Happy hunting, King.
And now we can show what might be the largest mourning gecko enclosure of all time.
It's not excessive. This is normal. This is healthy.
Okay. Whatever you say.
My mom says it's healthy.
How big is this?
I don't know gallons wise. It's 4.5 feet by 4 feet by 6.5, 7 feet.
There's only mourning geckos in here.
Only mourning geckos. A bunch of bugs, ice spot springtails, mealworms, black soldier flies, crickets. fully, truly bioactive, I like to say.
And this was originally actually for the Blue Beauty.
Yep, so this was originally for the male Blue Beauty snake, and he went in here for a bit, and he liked it. But once summer came around, it got a little too warm. They like it cold. So he moved out, but also there was so many like branches and hides and everything in here that it was impossible to get him out.
Yeah.
Just grabbing onto everything, only having the little door. So it was fun watching him, but it wasn't good for, you know, like interacting with him and getting him out and stuff. But the mourning geckos just took off. I put about probably 20 or so to start off in here. I liked watching them probably more than the snake. So once the snake moved out, I was a little excited that it was just mourning geckos. And now it's probably 150, 200.
What is through these gates?
So I haven't really named this room. I call it the spider room, the hot room, the new room. If any of you guys have a name, suggest an idea, let me know. So this is the mourning gecko room that you saw from the other side. Hi, big girl. You hungry? Yeah, yummy.
Wow, she doesn't waste no time.
Nope.
How big is the iguana enclosure?
Oh man, 7 feet by 4.5 by 7.
Nice.
Yeah, it's got a 40-gallon pond in there, hooked up to a Fluval 307 canister filter and a waterfall. I want to redo it a bit this summer and add some more fake plants and stuff, but she likes it.
Yeah, it looks pretty slick in
holds-
terms of iguana enclosures, especially in non-Florida.
Yeah.
This is one of the nicest I've ever seen.
Thanks. Holding humidity in Michigan winters, like in big enclosures,
Impossible.
is so hard.
Yeah.
Pretty much have to put in a big pond and waterfall.
Sweet. And so moving around the room, we got this beautiful thing right here. Aww. And so this is a terrarium you set up for your tattoo shop, right?
Yeah.
Or your tattoo artist, I guess.
Yeah. So Misha, if you see this, and I haven't shown you this yet, don't.
It's not yours.
Yeah, don't remember this
Yeah.
section. But this is just a 20-gallon long that I turned into a vertical skyscraper. No animals or anything, just a pretty display. Here's a scorpion, who, like most scorpions, never comes out.
Yep.
So
It's pet sand.
yeah, some pet sand that you don't want to touch.
Nice.
Spicy sand.
And now over here is the wall of tarantulas.
It's actually called the Great Wall of Spood.
The Great Wall of Spood.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is the Great Wall of Spood. Got some room to fill, but a lot of these smaller ones are going to be getting upgraded soon, so maybe next time you're here, the wall will be complete.
Ooh, okay. Pressure's on. Yeah, this whole, Acanthoscuria. I'm not gonna go tank by tank and show them all, but there's a lot of cool stuff in here.
Yeah.
That's a cool spider. It's just like the spookiest looking enclosure.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got some...
I call that section the nursery. It's all the babies and juveniles.
Oh, the Hamoris out. Are they still Brachypelma or did they get changed?
They're brackies.
Here, kind of wrapping up the room, I guess. The whole tour, honestly. We got this. What's this?
This is the Tokay enclosure. So I have a male and female. The female's Miss Pissy and the male is Culito. Any of you Spanish speakers out there. And then 4 eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we can actually see them. Look at that. Beauty.
Yeah. And they lay them right inside the little viewing window.
Yeah, that's
so
really
I can
cool.
keep an eye on them.
Oh, speaking of, there's a gecko there too.
Oh. It's a cool tank. I want to redo it before all those babies hatch.
And famous last words, because since the filming of this video, I want to congratulate Logan on hatching a couple of the most beautiful little baby Tokay geckos. And I'm sure he's going to love raising in the months and maybe years if he doesn't sell them to come.
I just need to get new substrate in there, clean up some of the plants, kind of rescape it a little bit. And I think that's going to be easier before there's 4 little minions running around.
100%. So that ends the tour with Logan, the bearded bug man.
That bearded bug guy.
God damn.
Not the bearded bug guy.
All right.
Not a bearded bug guy.
That bearded
I'm that
bug guy.
bearded bug guy.
Nice. All right, I'll leave all the links to his stuff down in the description below. Instagram, YouTube soon.
Soon. If enough people bug me about it, I'm going to start it a lot sooner.
I want to thank you very much for opening your home, to making us plenty of coffee, and to some beautiful breakfasts, some of the best I've ever had in my entire life. Thanks for doing this, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thank you. It's awesome having you over.
Alright, you guys, so that is it from Logan and I. He is enjoying his time hanging with the army of lesbian bitches. And see you, buddy.
I'm not a lesbian bitch.